Hey guys, my name is Chelsea. Thank you for visiting my page at cutcreasechelsea. This is my very first ever YouTube channel, so I hope you like. You can subscribe below if you want to see more. I will be doing this makeup look today. It is for Valentine's Day because it's coming right around the corner. It is one of my least favorite holidays because it is a Hallmark holiday. It has so many cutesy, lovey things that just make you want to throw up. Don't get me wrong, I love my boyfriend. But let me know what you look forward to on Valentine's Day, whether you like going out to eat or you like to go out to the movies or sit home and drink wine and watch movies. I have to say that I am looking forward to going out for hibachi, and that is going to be it, and maybe going home and watching a movie with my boyfriend. And that, I think, could be the best Valentine's Day ever, aka every other week anyways. I'm prepping my face with a little bit of the MAC's Marine Bright Formula Softening Lotion Spray. I literally got this when I went to a MAC class and I instantly fell in love. Oh my god, it feels so good. Oh, my skin feels so tingly, it feels so hydrated and refreshed. So bear with me guys, again, this is my very first video, so I'm trying not to be awkward as fuck, because I'm a very awkward person. Next up, I'll be using my favorite Girl Meets Pearl primer. It's got more of a sparkle. I think it's supposed to be more of a highlight, and I just kind of use it as a primer anyways. It gives a very radiant glow, little sparkle. It's kind of like all you need for a sparkle for Valentine's Day. Next up, I'll be using the Sephora and Pantene Universe Concealer Palette. I'm going to be using a little bit of this light pink just to go underneath my eyes because I have the baggiest dark circles underneath my eyes. And I'll be using this shade, which is about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, just so I really highlight my features. Like putting my concealer in a little bit of like a triangle kind of look. It kind of brings out the light a little bit better, not only in photos, but just in every natural highlight. You also get to look like a clown for 10 seconds. Oh my god, yes, this concealer is amazing. Has to be one of my favorites. I found this palette through my friend Elida. She actually was helping me out building my kit for my makeup, and she suggested the Sephora and Pantene Universe palettes, which were 50% off so like that was already my go-to steal, and they also come with a wide variety of colors, and the pigment is amazing. So now it would be making me look like a human again with a little bit of Fenty foundation. I am shade 200. This is a little bit too dark for me, but because Fenty foundation tends to always be out, I kind of take what I can get. Now I'm going to take my little sponge again, and I'm going to use my Laurier Mercier. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. Mind you, this is still damp. Make sure it's not too wet or it is not going to stick to your face. Either that or it's going to stick a little bit too much to your face. Depends. I like to put it just right underneath my eyes. Kind of anywhere where you want a little bit highlighted, so I put it right here on my forehead. A little bit along my jawbone. Now that we're looking gorgeous, we're going to start working on the eyebrows while this is baking on my face. Bake, bake. I'm going to be using Ka-Brow to make my brow game strong as fuck. I'm going to be using a little bit more of an angled brush. And when you dip it, don't just dip it straight in, because it's kind of going to take a little bit of too much product, and then your bold brows will be much bolder than you expected. So I'm just going to take a little bit, dip it on each side. Then I like to start at the beginning, just underneath my brow. Just kind of line it all the way down my brow. Grab a little bit more product. And then I usually shape it by first kind of connecting the dots, and I take it about, I'd say, quarter of an inch from the beginning of my brows to the top, and just taking it along the top of my brows and just tracing along the brows. And then we're just gonna kind of fill it in by brushing it through and flicking the product from the bottom of the brow to the top, giving it more of a natural sort of ombre look. We'll go ahead and do that to the other side. So for this look, I'll be using the Morphe 35F palette. This is one of my favorite go-to Morphe palettes. Has every beautiful sparkly color in there, as well as some mattes. It is perfect for going out, kind of more natural, but still a little bit more of a glam look. I'll be starting off with a little bit of that lighter tone, putting it all around my brow bone. Work your way down into the crease. Next up, we'll be using a little bit of the darker kind of mauve-y brown look. Work it right into the crease. Next, we'll be using that brown tone with a little bit more of a blending brush and really be getting in that crease now, kind of defining it a little bit more. And sometimes leaving your eye open actually helps you find your crease. So if that helps, just kind of keep your eye open. So I'm realizing that I'm putting my makeup on through the camera. This is the hardest fucking thing to do. I feel like I should be using this mirror that I have over here, but it's just so inconvenient. It'd be so convenient if Morphe palettes actually had a mirror in them, like a giant mirror, so you could just take this palette around and just kind of look at yourself using it. Next, we'll be adding more of that gold just all along the lid. We'll be using more of that brown tone back with our blending brush. And we're gonna be taking this darker brown and taking it from the outer corners of our eyes and just bringing them in. So I have to say my influence for doing makeup videos is Jaclyn Hill. She's literally the sweetest, cutest influencer ever. She always has her makeup on point, she always has the best attitude, and that's really what I'm looking for out of YouTube videos. So I'm just gonna be adding a little bit of black liner, just a little bit underneath to kind of create more of like a smoky look, but nothing that's gonna be like too crazy. So just take a little bit along the waterline. Oh my god, I'm crying. Makeup can be so hard sometimes. Sticking a pencil in your eye is not the most convenient thing in the world, but god damn, it makes you look so sexy. Just don't cry it off. Just don't cry it off. Okay. Now that we have that done, we're gonna add a little bit of smokiness underneath. I'm just gonna be blending that brown back underneath the waterline. Mostly working from the outer edge in. You don't need to go all the way because you want to make your eyes appear kind of wider rather than smaller. Too much dark all the way in will create kind of a smaller eye, but if you do tend to have bigger eyes, which I do not, I have tiny little specks on my face, you can always bring in the shadow a little bit further in. Next I'll be using my Rolly Lash Mascara. When you do the brush facing down first and then kind of push it up, gives more of a dramatic curl in there. And the best part is the Rolly Lash Mascara is perfect for doing your lower lashes. Oh my god. The Rolly Lash is absolutely perfect for doing your bottom lashes because it can really just work in those lashes without getting product everywhere. The way that it's shaped, the way that the bristles are, so nice. Oh my god, how long I've been baking my face. This is why I say that you can burn down houses with those little tiny conventional baking ovens that you give to kids, because I can't even bake my face properly. What am I doing next? Next I'll be doing the Hoola Contour Stick. It's one of my favorite products. It literally glides right on. I'm just gonna kind of pop out those cheekbones. With this product, you really don't need to press hard. You really don't need to put that much on. I really stress that because I did that one time and a chunk came out on my face. It was not pretty. It was the Hoola Stick Challenge when I was working at Benefit Cosmetics, and it was the most horrifying sight I've ever. Now I'll be using another one of my favorites by Morphe. It is the 9N palette. It has a good assortment of blushes. They tend to be a little bit more rosy, and they do have a little bit more red, browns, kind of neutral blushes. I definitely recommend it. It is one of my favorites. And if you haven't noticed, these blushes are very pigmented, so make sure you tap off excess, which I did do, and it's still like this, but make sure you just kind of really blend it in. And then you have the perfect rosiest cheeks ever. So I'll be using Sephora's Luminizing Palette. First, I'll be taking a little bit of that cream color and just kind of using it on the top of the cheekbones and kind of working it up in the C motion. And then we're gonna put a little bit underneath the brow bones. A little bit of highlight on the nose, not too much because we don't want to make you look like highlighter Rudolph. Oh my god, I just can't stop. Then we'll be using a little bit of that kind of like peachy gold and just kind of putting it right in the back corner of the C. Just kind of really emphasizing that highlight, giving it a little bit more of a natural tone glow. Now I have to put on one of my necessities. It is my favorite thing of all times. Cannot live without makeup accessory. So there you guys have it, a nice natural smoky look for your Valentine's. Nothing too complicated. The red lips from NYX is one of my favorites. It is the NYX Liquid Suede Lipstick. It is in shade 11. It is one of my favorites. Be careful, it might get all over your lover's face, but do not worry. You can always just dab it off with a little bit of napkin. So just comment below and let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you have any comments or questions or what you'd like to see on my next video. Video I was kind of thinking is more of like an in-depth of how to put on false lashes, or if you guys would like to go into more of a skincare, we can do that as well. I did go to school for aesthetics, so I know a little, one or two things about that. So just let me know and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys.